Planet Dolan.
From illegally blind people to the smell of outer space, we answer some of your most burning questions about life.
Hey there, my name is Melissa. I'll be reading out the questions and answers.
Help it!
Astral11 asks, can people be illegally blind?
Well, actually, yes. It says here under Section 16, Proposition A, that if a person isn't precisely 3/4 cross-eyed, they're not legally blind, and they can and will be arrested for doing life wrong.
Seriously?
What? My magazine? I got more if you want one. I'm not selfish.
Actually, the term legally blind doesn't mean that the person is or isn't following the law. It just means they meet the criteria for being so blind that it's actually a disability, which in most instances means they have 2200 vision or worse, as well as some other criteria. Shaylin Spinner asks, how do animals change color?
Pretty much the same way humans do. They stay out in the sun for too long and go red. Turns out this isn't exactly smart, since it tends to hurt them quite a lot. Stop dying!
Ahem.
It's just a dog. It doesn't have feelings.
Well, some animals do this by simply growing different fur depending on the season. But others have a bunch of colored pigments under their skin that get covered or uncovered depending on the color they want to show off. This is called a chromatophore.
Chromatophore? You're such a nerd.
Shut up, Hellbend! Paradox Vatriox asks, will Pangea ever form again?
What? Pangea? The hell is that? How's that even spelled? I can't even look it up. Google just gives me results for frying pans. Are we almost done with this video? I need a break.
The continents are in constant cycle of breaking up and going back to Pangea, and there has been more than one Pangea, and there will be many more to come. The only thing is that it takes millions of years for this cycle to happen, so it won't happen in our lifetimes.
So, Hellbent, have you tried, doing a good job voicing the script? There's a little thing. It's called, enthusiasm. You use it to not put your audience to sleep. Try not being bad at this.
Okay, enthusiasm. Got it.
Yellen Lover 1000 asks, if stars are formed by a gas, then where does gas come from?
From the butt! From the stinky butt! God's butt! Literally, God's rectum created our universe with a fart! A stinky fart!
I think you're taking what we said way too...
Huge, stinky farts!
Anyway, most, if not all, of the stars that currently exist are made up from the remains of dead stars, but the plasma and gas that made up the first stars came from the Big Bang. As for where the Big Bang comes from, we don't really know.
I love my job! Woo! Enthusiasm!
Supersonic 9687 asks, why do tornadoes spin? Hellbent, if you say farts, you are done here.
That's so everyone can have a good time. It's not boring. Nobody goes near a tornado to read a book or have a nap. You go there to party down. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah! Oh God, it's killing me! No!
Tornadoes form because of a mixture of hot, humid air and cold, dry air in a very windy thunderstorm. The hot and cold air moves up and down between the top and bottom of the storm, and the only way it can do this is by spinning. Thomas Evans asks, does space have a smell?
It smells like pain. The pain of death. Because you'll die. Because there is no air. So there is no smell. But you won't know that because you'll be dead. If you don't believe me, go ahead and try it. Here, I even made you this rocket. Be sure to film it. I want that footage.
Astronauts who just got back from being in space say their spacesuits have a faint smell clinging to them. Some say it smells like welding fumes, whereas others say it smells like charred meat. This smell probably comes from the remnants of the formation of stars and planets. Hey! Stop telling kids to go die in space! That's really cruel.
If they're dumb enough to travel into space using my rocket, they don't deserve to taint my gene pool by existing anymore.
Alex Hutchinson asks, how much of our brain do we actually use?
Well, since you're wise enough to ask that, I'm going to guess you barely use any of it. But to humor you, you use precisely 66.6% of your brain. Why is it that amount? Because I said so.
Over the course of a day, humans use almost 100% of their brains, contrary to the myth saying we use only 10. Considering how your brains consume up 20% of the body's oxygen and sugars, this makes sense. Why do dogs walk in circles for naps?
That's because dogs have OCD. They need everything to be just right before they get to sleep. I mean, they won't even bother trying unless they've sniffed or eaten poop at least once between their naps.
10% humidity. No, that's no good. Needs to be at least 10.1%. Ugh. Where are my 3.5 sun rays? Ew! Dusty! Must remove it. Screw it! I give up.
Well, before dogs were tamed and domesticated, they did this to create a sort of nest or bed on the ground before they laid down, and the habit remained, despite the relatively recent invention of dog beds.
Come here, little talking doggy. Speaking to the mic, Daddy needs some new viral content. Bark? Really? Really?
Indominus Guy asks, why does Venus rotate backwards?
Well, that's just because Venus is a massive hipster. It has to spin backwards because it doesn't want to seem like one of those unlit planets.
I'm just like way too hot for you guys.
No one likes you.
Well, the popular theory is that it used to spin like us, and due to the strong pull of the sun on its atmospheric tides, caused a strong enough friction for it to start spinning the other way. Agent Krakow asks, do you get wetter if you run or walk in the rain?
What? Alright, sorry guys, I'm out. I can't do PG. I'm sorry. Later.
Well, there's a lot that goes into the answer behind this, but the answer is simple. Walking gets you wetter, as you're out in the rain for longer. But you should probably still walk, as tripping over and getting a concussion is much worse than getting a bit wet. Huh. I actually have a newfound respect for your, truth, Dolan.
More truth, you say?
Hellbent is actually a good person. I'm pretty sure he donates to charity. I saw him donate tons of gasoline to this orphanage.
Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.